What's going on, everyone? So, we have news. The Scream 7 trailer is ready, and it will be released in September. This comes from Daniel, RPK. The person that I saw post about it first was Brittany Vinyl. Shout out to Brittany Vinyl. But in general, right, there was a lot of questions and thoughts of when are we getting the trailer for Scream 7? Right? Is it coming in October? Right? I mean, even on the Lethal Collective, we were going back and forth and kind of discussing prior, like when is it going to happen? When is it going to drop? How are they going to present it? Are we going to get 15 little mini trailers and then like a big trailer, a month before the movie releases or anything, right? You got to imagine that we're getting close to promotion and advertisement and then really starting to pick up going into this film. And lo and behold, we now have from a credible, reliable, somebody that has been right very often, that, hey, Scream 7's trailer will be in September. Now, we don't know what movie it's attached to. I've seen a lot of kind of people throwing out, it's going to be attached to this movie, it's going to be attached to this movie. We have no idea. I just want to be clear. I mean, maybe there is something that gets updated later on. But at the time of recording this video, we don't have an exact, it's going to be for The Conjuring, or it's going to be for this movie or that movie. So I just want people to kind of keep that in mind that, it is expected to be in September, but it could be in the middle of September, the end of September. And supposedly the trailer's been sent to theaters, but even then, they usually will tell them, hey, we want it for this movie or that movie. So just keep that in mind. Another thing that I wanted to provide, again, always take this stuff with a grain of salt, but according to reliable sources, the teaser for Scream 7 has already been sent to theaters. The trailer shows Stu's house and the opening victims being scared by a Ghostface animatronic. The release should happen very soon. So again, take stuff with a grain of salt, but there also were kind of rumors going around that the trailer would show what has happened to Amber's house, is what it was, which we know is Stu's house, and that it looks like there's going to be some animatronics. I might go more in depth into this actual idea in a later video because I want to kind of keep it towards the actual trailer itself. Now, obviously, if we can get any kind of, I would love kind of a follow-up because that's something that we always wonder, right? Like what happens in the post Scream film, right? So Stu Macher's house being such an iconic kind of landmark, both in the real world, you can go in Airbnb and do all that stuff, but also in the Scream world, it'd be nice to kind of get that follow-up of what's going to happen with Stu Macher's house and how are they going to approach that. And, it looks like there's going to be some kind of animatronics. So I imagine it's maybe a museum now or something where people can go and visit and, take pictures and have animatronics and, then somebody meets their demise in that house. I think that would be kind of a cool idea and cool concept. But getting back to just kind of the Scream 7 trailer, because that's what I want to focus here. Probably make a video on the Stu element of it. But I want them to do this right. Scream 5 had insane marketing, insane promotion. I mean, we got 15 trailers, and then, they had the Airbnb thing, and then they had the Sydney commercial, and then they had all kinds of things. They had the Snapchat filter and the TikTok thing, right? They really went all out to push, hey, Scream 5 is going to be in theaters. And it was such a huge, drastic difference from Scream 4, and you saw them really kind of learn their lesson, right? You saw them in Scream 4. They did. Now, look, I am a diehard Scream guy. I love Scream. Scream is my favorite horror franchise. I didn't even know Scream 4 was in theaters, right? Now, granted, this was, back in 2011, so, social media wasn't as big of a thing, but still, I remember going to the theaters to go see a different movie and being like, wait a minute, they have a Scream movie out? And then by the time I was able to get back to the theaters, it was already out of theaters. So I never even got to see Scream 4 in theaters, and I was old enough at that time to watch it in theaters without my mommy and daddy. So, I would have loved to go and watch that movie. But nonetheless, right, I really want to see them kind of get closer to Scream 5 than even Scream 6. Scream 6, they kind of, pulled it back a little bit, but to me that was okay, right? Because you already established, everyone kind of knew the deal after Scream 5. You're going into this movie, it's the same returning characters, so you can do a trailer and people see, oh, okay, there's Sam and Tara and Chad and Mindy and stuff like that. So you can kind of, get people already on board. You can already get butts and seats a little bit. You don't have to work as hard. But this film, being the beginning of potentially a new trilogy, we know we're getting at least through Scream 8, right? That was already confirmed. That's already on Paramount's list of films coming out, right? We got the confirmation with that. So we know that that's coming out. To me, I think you need to market this film similar to how you did Scream 5, because you need people to know that we're transitioning from the core 4 group into a new Sydney era and a new Sydney film, right? Yes, diehard Scream fans, people in general, like you might think they should see Sydney Prescott and know it's a Scream movie, but don't be surprised. The general audience, the last movies that they saw were with the core 4, and the last movie didn't even have Sydney in it. Right? So now you're going to do a trailer and Sydney's going to be in it and people are going to be like, what is this? Is this a series? Like, again, you want to make it as obvious and apparent as possible that, hey, we're this, remember the core 4, that's gone. Remember, Sam and Tara, that's gone. We are moving into the Sydney era once again, and that's going to be the focus, and that's what we're really going to be hitting home here, right? And again, I know a lot of people watching this video might think, like, oh, that's it, like, why are you, like, we know, yes, we know, but I try to get across all the time, right? We are the minority here. We are the ones that we are the ones that are looking up all the details every day and watching YouTube channels and reading articles, doing stuff. The general audience, they're not doing that. General audience just, is watching TV or watching YouTube or whatever and just see like, oh, hey, a new Scream movie. That's cool. And then they're like, oh, Sydney's in, like, oh, is this like, are they again, I don't want to, not that the general audience member is, oblivious or ignorant or anything like that. But again, like, you want to kind of establish and set the roots, right? Because even people that see Sydney and Ghostface, go, okay, like they're doing a new Scream movie, right? You want to make it clear that you don't have Sam and Tara, because you might have people that are like, oh, I can't wait to see Jenna Ortega in this again. Right? And then they go and Jenna Ortega's not in it, and now they're disappointed and upset and like, oh man, like this isn't what I thought it was gonna be. Or Melissa Barrera, right? Oh, they're doing another Scream movie. Maybe they worked out, with Melissa Barrera and everything's good now. And now they go see the movie and it's not. That's not the case. Now they're disappointed. Now they're upset and bothered, right? Like, to me, I think that this film's marketing is very crucial and important. And I like that they're getting it out in September. That gives us 6 months or so to really start to market this film in a proper way, in a proper manner, to really build that audience, get people excited. Myself, everybody that's on the collective, Killjoy Jake, Craving Something Scary, Night Watch Zone, and then many others. There's plenty of, Critical Overlord and Ryan Showers and all these, content creators, even people on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Brittany Vinyl and, Horror Universal and all these people all are going to be pushing and marketing and helping drive this, right? But you also want the studio to hold up their end. You also want to give the audience plenty of stuff to digest, get excited for. Don't miss a beat. That was the thing about Scream 5, is they every time you thought things were going to start dying down, boom, here's something else. And it was all simple stuff. It's like, here's another poster, here's this, here's that, right? Like, it wasn't anything that was like crazy where it's like, oh my, like they're doing this, they put a Ghostface in space, right? Like, no, it was just very simple stuff, but it was very effective, right? And from a content perspective, right? Like, you want the content creators, not remove myself from the conversation, right? You want all of the people that are making videos and making posts and doing all stuff, you want them to have stuff to talk about, because they're going to keep at least the minority audience, the diehards, they're going to keep them engaged and excited and whatnot as we move closer to this film. So I really hope that they kind of do right and do proper, marketing and stuff. It's not like, oh, here's a trailer and that's that. I'm hoping that, like, hey, here's a little teaser, here's 15, here's a little trailer, here's another trailer. Like, don't spoil and ruin the movie. Don't take away from the film, right? But, at least keep us engaged and excited. But Anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you think, like, yes, you have to market this very well? Do you think, like, no, like, it'll be fine either way? Are you excited that we're getting the trailer in September now? Is that something that really has got you pumped up? However you feel, either way, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel. What are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you.